What's up, guys? M. Jones back in the car again for another in-theater review. Tell you what, just finally saw the movie Dunkirk. I've been excited to see this movie since probably the fall of last year. I like anything Christopher Nolan does. Massive Christopher Nolan fan. I'm a big Tom Hardy fan. I like Cillian Murphy. I liked a lot of people in this movie. I was super excited to see it. So finally saw it today. Saw it in a very early afternoon showing. The place was still packed, and I was able to see it with my dad, which was awesome. We always go see war movies. The plot of the movie is based on a time period of late May to early June in 1940 when, America wasn't involved yet in World War II, and it was, the British and the French were just getting absolutely slaughtered by the Germans. And the movie is based on Dunkirk, France, which was right there on the edge of the Atlantic Ocean there. They were trying to be evacuated from just getting slaughtered by the Germans. And it was German fighter jets coming and shooting and destroying boats and ships that were British, and just killing so many British and French. And the British and French didn't really want to help each other out. They were very kind of just separate from each other, but they were still allies. But this all happened in a time period of May 26th to June 4th of 1940, prior to Pearl Harbor. But it was just awful. These guys were just getting slaughtered and butchered and destroyed for days and days and days. The movie was all about trying to save these British soldiers and French soldiers, and it's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler, but this movie kind of just goes over 3 to 4 different storylines and timelines. Again, I'm not ruining it for you, but if you don't know that, the movie's extremely confusing. But there was about 3 to 4 different storylines / timelines going on throughout this evacuation, trying to save the soldiers. This fighter jets. Tom Hardy is a huge, important part of the movie as a fighter jet pilot. And, Mark Rylance is a huge part of the movie as well. He has his own, he's just a civilian, a British civilian, has his own boat. He's going to try to go save some soldiers that are stuck on the island of Dunkirk. And so they were 2 huge components of this movie that really saved a lot of people, or attempted to save a lot of people. And I thought the movie was good, but not great. I saw it in a theater that I think the theater wasn't as big as it could have been. It was a smaller theater, so maybe that took away my experience. Maybe I should have saw it IMAX. But besides that, the cinematography was absolutely amazing. But I will tell you that I think the storyline was okay. I didn't really get to know the characters very well. It was so quick. Everything happened so fast. The movie was only an hour and 46 minutes. So character development was pretty much null. Very classic Christopher Nolan style, a constant music score playing during the whole movie. Hans Zimmer did the whole score, and so it was constant, music playing. It made me very tense, very anxious, which I think was good because that's, I'm sure, how the soldiers felt. So that kind of was cool how they did that. And then I kind of thought that there wasn't enough time to really understand who the characters were in this movie. Everything was just so quick. It was almost like they were filming a movie and didn't care about the audience knowing what was going on. But I'm being very picky. It was a good movie. The filming was incredible. The battles between 2 different fighter jets, one German, one British, that was amazing. But yeah, there's not a lot of dialogue, and it was a lot of action. And Christopher Nolan, he's the man. He really is the greatest director, I think. But I don't think it was his best one. I think I had my expectations a little bit too high as well. But I did like it. I don't think I would ever say it was a great movie, but I did like it. I would give it probably a 3 out of 5. Mainly for the filming and the cinematography and all that kind of stuff. But character development was just, I don't know, wasn't really there. It wasn't enough dialogue. I didn't really understand what was going on for a long period of time. The very opening scene was pretty cool. I'm not going to tell you about that, but I don't think I blinked for 5 minutes. So that was cool. But besides that, it was just a little erratic, a little all over the place. But they did connect more towards the end. Another thing I was really surprised at is they didn't really touch upon Winston Churchill, the Prime Minister in the UK, and they didn't touch upon him like at all. They one of the generals mentioned his name twice, once in like the beginning and towards the end of the movie, but they didn't really talk about Churchill, who was a huge part of that whole part of Dunkirk and the evacuation of. I'm not really sure why they didn't touch upon him, but I don't know. I thought that was a little bit strange too. But yeah. So I give the movie 3 out of 5. I think you should see it in the theaters. I think that'd be pretty cool. Definitely see it IMAX. But besides that, I don't know if I'd probably watch it again. I'm just being honest. You know, I don't think you'd see it. And for you ladies that love Tom Hardy, I'm just telling you right now, you don't really see his face much, so you guys can calm down. He's a fighter jet guy, so you don't really see him too much. You just see his eyes. So if you like that, then there you go. All right, take it easy. Goodbye.